All right. Welcome, everyone, to session number 4 of Trophy Gold, the Source of True Purpura. My name is Sam Zimmerman. I'm going to be our GM host for tonight. And this is Trophy Gold by Jesse Ross. And the Source of True Purpura is, oh, gosh, I forgot the name. Jason Smith, I think. I will double check that. It's going to be in the notes for the video. I'm sorry if I got your name wrong. Anywho, this is a game of dark, kind of gritty fantasy where all of our players are at risk of kind of losing themselves to the world, as has already happened twice. So we will see how that goes. Speaking of players, I'm going to let them introduce themselves. Why don't we have Dan and then Maria just give your name, your pronouns, and then introduce your character.
I am Dan. I use he, him pronouns, and tonight I am playing Nima, who is new-ish to the game, so I'm looking up exactly who he is. He's an oracle who is working hard to commission a glorious statue of his deity, and who recently was infected with his eyes being covered in lapis lazuli dust, and he will start behaving more like a rat from now on.
You also have a talking skull, as I remember. Hi, I'm Maria, she, her pronouns. I'm a game dev. I'm of Sword Prince Games. Today I'm playing Ria, who wants to resurrect the cult of Darawan because of just general vengeance. They are an ox, an errant knight. And right now they're tar-blooded because they messed with some crypts, not corpse, no, just the piles of ash thing, and they are coughing blue crystal because they punched like shattered glass on their exes, like dead body. So yeah. and they just went through the spell of one of their teammates to go dig through a tunnel, and they were a bird at that time. Yeah, a cowardly bird that's burrowing through soil. Yes.
Yeah, Ria likes messing with things that shouldn't really be messed with, but that's
yeah.
Good on you for really leaning into the game, I guess. So, to bring us back to where we left off last time, you had indeed just kind of used Macero's dig or burrowing ritual to kind of skirt around this massive iron clockwork golem thing that was mining this lapis crystal from the caves, and had found yourselves in a massive single chamber that, unlike the rest of the caves that you've been kind of wandering through, don't have that lapis blue glittering on the walls. The chamber itself is very plain. The walls and floor and ceiling all kind of blend together in these curves that don't seem to create a nice clean corners to anything. And the whole thing looks very hand chiseled and rough and pretty unfinished. And the only thing that really stands out in this room is this massive lapis and gold obelisk that stands in the center of the room. The obelisk is this 4-sided kind of pillar that ends in this sharp point just below the ceiling. And it stands on a a small, maybe half-foot pedestal with a set of blue candles around its base. One of these candles is lit and illuminates a set of runes emblazoned on the front of the pillar. Let's hop over to Nima, since you're the one whose eyes are imbued with this lapis dust. What do you see? Or what do you want to do with that?
Oh, that's such a good question. I'm glad you asked. I think gradually losing sight makes sense. On the way there, maybe there's blue halos around things, blue auras.
Yeah, I like the blue auras thing. I don't think that you're gonna lose your sight quite yet, because that's pretty debilitating.
Right. Oh yeah, long-term
So like
loss of sight. Yeah.
like if you don't resolve this when you get back to town type deal. But I love these like blue halos, and so this lone candle standing in the room it has these like almost rainbows of different shades of blue coming out from it. Yeah, so what do you want to do? What do you want to investigate? There is another way out of this room, to be clear. The tunnel that you are going down continues on the other side and keeps going. And this deep thrumming pulse that you guys have kind of been following is coming from whatever is down that way.
Is the candle like lit at what hour point of the compass? Because like it's a dial, right?
Sure, it is on the side that is directly towards you. So you walk in and the candle is right in front of the pillar.
And there's no inscriptions on the damn, the only thing that registered in my mind was Egyptian tower. What do you call obelisk? There you go.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty much what it looks like, except instead of the like marble, it's made out of pure solid lapis with these veins of gold running through the whole thing.
Oh, okay, so it doesn't have anything written on it.
You can go and look, and that's a hunt roll if you want to go and look at it.
What do you think, Daniel? Wait, I'm gonna rename my thing so that I have my character.
Same here. I think a closer look is a great idea.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, sure, I'll do a hunt roll. I want to find out if there's any inscriptions or anything off on both the dial and the obelisk.
Yeah, so you get a dice for just exploring things. Do you have a skill or a piece of equipment, or a skill or a piece of equipment that you're using to help you?
Let's see. I think that's why I was offering it to Nima, because I think they have more skills related to it. But I also get that it might be more to it.
You don't have to be skilled at things to try and do them.
I know, it's just it's just
no, yeah, that is what the whole inventory thing is there for. Go ahead.
Can persistence be a thing I use?
I like that. I think that's great. Like, you don't know what it says, but you're just gonna keep banging your head against the wall until you figure it out.
Yeah.
You're too stubborn not to know what it is.
She's canonically trying to remember shit. Yeah.
That's good. I love that.
Like, I was part of a cult before. I should know shit, but I probably just forgot. Let me just try real hard to remember. Like that
Yeah,
survive.
roll 2 dice.
Okay, hold up 2d6, point, and then roll the dice. I love the roll name says open your brain. Okay. Oh, wow. So I got a 3 total.
So yeah, you got a 1 and a 2. You didn't get a 1, so that's good. But no, so I think what happens as you get closer to this pillar, you the candle, which before was kind of sitting there pretty innocently, as you approach it, it starts to flicker and the flame gets bigger and starts to give off that kind of like black smoke that candles will sometimes do, except it's this dark navy blue and starts blowing and wafting and is producing much more smoke than you're kind of expecting and are used to for just a candle. And so that is going to blow at you. And so you're coughing and trying to get through this smoke to look at the pillar. As you're getting there, the pillar does have inscriptions written up the side. Each side has the same inscription kind of written in these vertical runes all the way up the side of the pillar. Do you have a reason that you think you would know what it says? So I think okay, sorry. I'm trying to think of how this is going to work mechanically. So mechanically, you know that the inscriptions are there, but you can't get through the smoke enough to actually read what it says. So you could try and do like a risk roll to get through the smoke without hurting yourself and suffocating in it.
Yeah. Or were you gonna say something?
Or you could back off and tell Nima this and let him do it. Or you could just avoid it and kind of go around this thing as the smoke billows around this pillar and you have unanswered questions.
Yeah, I think I yell over at Nima and say that there's something written on it, and then I slash around with my sword. I do have a sword, right? Yeah, I slash around with my sword trying to do it fast enough so that the air clears, but it's pretty and it's a lost cause, and I say that can you use some vision thingy, like it's glowing really weird, and I think it might be helpful, like it might help Nima.
No, yeah, and I think Nima starts to walk over and and bends forward and is like, the candles are trying to teach us how to humble ourselves. We need to be penitent towards the obelisk. Only the penitent shall pass.
Oh shit!
And there's
I dropped to my knees and like pretend to pray.
There we go. The smoke travels upwards. We must bow down, and the obelisk needs much more light than this. So I'm just going to start taking other candles and trying to light them on this one. Maybe take a nibble out of that. That's probably fine. Something a rat would do.
Oh, I love it.
And yeah, lighting these candles, putting them back in place. Here a nibble, there a nibble. Yeah,
I honestly like that plan enough that that's probably a hunt roll and not a risk roll.
Oh, nice.
Because you're not engaging with the smoke. You're trying to you're staying under it and trying to
You're
light these other
strategic.
candles and do something else.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. That works for me. I think approaching this, I think Nima is approaching this as a ritual in which he has a background. And yeah, remind me, that is
Yeah,
one
so-
die to start and one die for a skill.
Yep. So you get 2 dice.
Okay. Oh, we got a 1 and a 6.
Hey, there's a 6. All right, so you get a get a hunt
Alright.
token, and nothing bad happens. So yeah, lighting these other candles, as you light the last candle, all of the smoke that has been billowing around and building as you lit the other ones kind of funnels down and into your face and just blows straight in your face. And you get this, while the smoke is blowing straight at you, you're not seeing smoke. You see a city. You see a city entirely carved of sapphire, with canals and fountains overflowing with purple liquid that are kind of flowing out and sparks glittering off of every surface. And a voice whispers in your head that says, "Do my bidding." And it's almost this like dripping, silky, like fluid voice that kind of embeds itself in your ear and sits there like you've got water stuck in your head. And then the smoke blows away and the candles start burning very quickly. And the blue wax drips down and flows down onto the ground. It doesn't solidify again and just keeps flowing down the sides of this pedestal. And now you can read what the pillar says.
What does the pillar say?
The pillar says, "Pray to the Blue Prince."
I feel like Ria, the moment that Nima reads that out, other than wondering if Nima's okay, is also like, "Ah, god damn it, praying again." Because that established in the last session that she hates praying, but okay. Oh gosh. Oh, let me write it down.
Ria, did you see a city carved of blue stone with
I feel
Purple
like she looks
waters?
up and says that, no, what are you talking about?
oh, nothing. Something in my eyes, I think. Something in my eyes, and yes. Oh, I recognize this this runic dialect. Yes, some people might interpret it as pray to the blue prince. Some blue and prince are there's a slight tilde over that letter, that rune, and so some might interpret it as pray to the rat god, and that is also a valid, some might say more valid interpretation.
Oh, how convenient.
Huh.
Is this I feel like I look at the circle on the floor and then on the obelisk and say, is there a traditional way that people pray to these obelisks with certain dioceses? I mean, other than lighting candles, do they offer like food? Do they offer blood? What kind of prayer is this obelisk talking about?
Offerings are often appropriate. I'm not terribly familiar with the blueprints, but Food and blood are both very popular with these deities.
I wish you could just sing to them.
That would, yes, you wouldn't wish that I would sing to them, but maybe you. Let's see. I'm not sure if this is the place to render offering, but it couldn't hurt. It's an obelisk. It's obviously quite powerful. And
We can circle back to it if you want. I think knowing that it's the blueprints is okay, and then I kind of just like try to not touch the obelisk and then lean on it. Well, saying that to you.
Oh, you just lean on the obelisk?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Are you trying to accomplish something with this, or
No, it was just some texture. But yeah. So I guess I'm asking Dan also, like, do you wanna explore this obelisk more, or do you wanna follow the tunnel?
Well, I think it's best to cover our bases. I happen to have a bit of honey and a handful of rats. We can offer food and blood at very little cost.
You're right. Okay. I also have a sewing kit, so I think I can prick myself if they want.
Oh no, I have a particular rat is a real little bastard, and I've been aching to get rid of him.
Oh, you're right. Okay, definitely. Okay. Yeah, I'm good with that.
I love this. This is amazing.
I'm happy that you're enjoying. Yeah.
Yeah. So what is Nima doing?
I think spooning out what seems like a reasonable amount of honey. In front of the obelisk, maybe into the wax. I imagine the wax is kind of everywhere, so it's tough to avoid. And let's see, I'll make a note on that. And once the honey and the wax have mingled, pulling Henrik from his cage of rats. And
I love that there's a name. Yeah.
And I guess wringing his neck may be the way to go. That seems the most obvious to me. And whew, I hope we didn't say no cruelty to animals. I apologize if we did.
I don't remember. Okay, let me try.
I think you're good.
Okay.
But I'm good with. Yeah.
And spilling some rat blood into the honey wax admixture.
Right. I think this is another hunt roll.
Okay.
Because you're in exploring the set a little bit more.
Okay. And this is very much a ritual.
I mean, you're also using a piece of equipment in your rats, so no matter what, you've got your bases covered.
Okay. Is that an additional die? No, it's still
you still just get 2.
Great, that works for me. All right, fingers crossed. Ooh.
2 3s.
2 3s. All right.
So you do not get a token. That's all that means. That doesn't mean you failed. So the way this game works, you get a low number and you still did the thing that you said you did. You just don't get the meta token that comes along with exploring. So you break the neck of this poor rat and spill his blood along the altar. When you do, the blood mixes with the wax and starts to hiss and steam almost. And the wax actually flows backwards up the pillar, collecting around the blood and reforms the candles. They're all set
Are the
around.
candles a different color now?
It's the same blue candles, and all 10 of them reform along the edge of the pillar, and the one is standing proud and lit in the front, right back where it was. And two things are going to happen. One, your minimum ruin is going to go up by 1 as you pray to the blueprints. And there,
Oh, he heard us.
and there is a paintbrush sitting in front of that candle.
Oh, what does the paintbrush look like? Is it like a normal looking one?
It is a the brush at the end is this very cleanly shaped kind of. It almost looks like a waxed kind of shape to it. It doesn't look quite normal. The handle is ebony with this like gold filigree that is kind of embossed in it. That has this kind of like swirling, almost like psychedelic looking pattern that it's hard to stare at for any length of time.
Yes.
And it already looks like it's been dipped in some blue paint.
Oh man, I thought it was to like clear off the dust on the obelisk. I was like, oh, but it has paint. Oh, okay. Damn. If we blow at the candle, does it like, but not seriously, like just, does it go out, or it's like, it's definitely like super magic.
Do you want to roll another hunt roll, or so I guess the question, do you want to just kind of leave this, or do you think that you want to do more here? Because if you want to do more here, you can roll another hunt roll and we can see if more danger shows up.
Oh, what are you vibing, Dan?
I'm loving this. Let's see here. Yeah, I think this is a great toy. I think we play with it a little bit more.
All right.
Brush.
I will again remind you that at any point you can spend 3 tokens and essentially make it to the next set.
All right. Oh, can you remind us what the goal of
this set is to follow that heartbeat, that pulse.
Oh.
So if you spend all 3, I'll tell you at this point, that pulse is coming from the next set. So if you spend all 3 tokens, you will make it to the next set.
Wait, do I have 3 tokens? I only have 1.
I have 1 as well.
So yeah, so you would kind of pool your tokens together.
Yeah, so you need to make more.
Yeah, so you need to roll more hunt rolls. That's how this game works.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. Okay. Dan, I'm okay with Ria being a chaotic bitch, but but the problem is, if she doesn't have like the stuff on it, it's like the pluses aren't there. So I'm like trying to think of a way to like I don't know if I want to use like destruction to try to really break one of the candles, or maybe break the.
So again, you have all of the equipment from that. So you have 3 slots in your equipment that you can just kind of go through them and see if you can pull something out of your backpack that helps.
I totally forgot. Wait. Okay, I'm checking that. I'm excited to have more stuff. Wait. There's a part of me that's like, can we sacrifice the talking crystal thing? Like draw something on it and put it in the middle.
The skull?
Yeah.
Oh.
It's like, we didn't really talk about what happened to Madero in fiction for why he's not here, or he just got swallowed by the shadows. Because technically the skull was in his bag, but yeah.
No, Madero was the skull was with Nima, wasn't it?
Oh, Nima, right. Okay,
Yeah,
sorry.
I thought the skull was Madero.
No, so
okay.
the skull was Ria's like ex-lover.
Okay, that's not who we're talking about.
No.
Okay.
Madero was David's character.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. Yeah, we could. That skull is interesting. I feel like it would fetch a bit of money back in town, but if we can use it to open some kind of gate, that would also be cool. I love this paintbrush. Go ahead.
I'm just downloading I'm sorry, it's just downloading.
Oh, the book.
Yeah. Because it's not showing up fully in my screen.
Oh.
But yeah, if you have any ideas, I'm cool for it.
I wonder. I'm going to take this. I think Nima's going to pick up this paintbrush and trace in the air some of the sigils, the runes that we see on the obelisk. See if this is a super magic paintbrush or if it's just a very magic paintbrush.
Okay. Is this before or after Ria blows the candle out?
Oh, that's a great question.
Because I would like to give Ria an opportunity to do something.
Yes, please. Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay. I am apologizing for my computer. It's like...
It's okay. What are you trying to look up?
I'm trying to look up like the items that I could pull out from my backpack.
Oh, so if you it should be a drop-down menu on your sheet.
Oh.
So if you go into your backpack under the box that has the sewing kit in it, there's a little drop-down menu.
Right. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry. Okay. Let's see. Oh, I love that there's a bucket. I love that there's a bucket. I'm like, wait, I want her to think this through a little bit. Okay, I feel like I'm just gonna blow at it, but yeah, let's go with that. I'm gonna just like I thought I wanted to use one of the items for like I'll use one of those later.
Yeah. Okay, roll a hunt roll. So if you're not using any items and you don't have any skills, that's 1 dice.
Cool. Just go into the dice room. Okay, come on, give me a 6.
That is a 3. Okay. So you guys, it's not a 1, which is good. So I think what happens is you lean down to blow out this candle, and you do. and the entire room is pitch black.
Okay.
When you blow out the candle, your torches go out too.
Mm-hmm.
And as you're standing there in the darkness, you start hearing whispers. You start feeling hands.
Ria,
Just kind of
Ooh.
brushing, something is just brushing against you.
God, I'm ticklish.
Nima,
And
you
then
can
you're
see
brushing.
them.
Oh. You say okay.
You can see them because you've got this lapis in your eyes, and so you can see these faint outlines of this like hunched, almost skeletal figure that is reaching out of the pillar towards you guys.
And then maybe I say something like, "Oh, dear sweet prince, you look amazing," and then do the whole ducking on the floor thing. And then I'm like stare, and then I feel like, I can't see anything, but I'm like praying to God. Wow, she's praying character development. she's praying that am I doing this right, Nima? Like this is that looks like a
Yes, that's
no.
fine. I think in traditional practice we back away from the pillar. That's
Right. So I like
that's the
scuttle
ritual.
with my knees off, like
So the plan here is
farther
run,
from
it sounds
the
like.
obelisk.
Yes.
Yeah,
Grab that
yeah.
paintbrush and then get out.
So are you going to run
This-
back, or are you going to try and get around it and go forward?
Oh, does the prince not reply to me? Or the skull? I mean, I'm just assuming it's the prince. Oh, damn it. Okay. I'm good with like running towards the cave thing rather than back.
I think that's a good idea. Yeah, I had misunderstood how the hallway worked. So it's the hallway sort of, this is incorporated into that.
Yeah, so it's basically a big chunk was taken out of the tunnel. And so you would have to basically go around to the other side of the pillar and keep going forward to get towards where you're going. So yeah, you can try and get there. That's going to be a risk roll. Who wants to lead that?
Yeah. Go ahead.
I can go.
Yeah, you kind of got everybody in this mess.
Yeah, I know. That's why I'm on my attempt to redeem. Is that a 1d6, 2d6?
So on a risk roll, there's the steps. So the first step is you say, what do you want to happen right now?
To cleanly proceed towards the tunnel without harm.
So, okay, get past this thing without getting hurt. Fair enough.
Yeah.
And then Dan and I both have an opportunity to say what could go wrong.
Oh, right.
Basically set the stakes for how this is going to go. I guess I'll go first and say the thing grabs you and you're going to have to fight it or deal with it one way or another. And so the failure state right now is you don't get out of this room, or one of you doesn't get out of the room. Dan, do you have another failure state you want to offer?
I think since we are trying to proceed in the dark, maybe a more mundane failure state is like tripping on an uneven paving stone and falling on your face.
Yeah. Just like the chaos of trying to get through in the dark. That works.
And still having to fight the thing because he tripped. Yeah.
Yeah, so you take one light dice if you have a skill, you have a piece of equipment, or you're using the environment to your advantage.
Mm, does the uh, um does the persistence work again or no? Or
I could see that. So like it's already grabbed you a little bit, and so the persistence is I'm gonna get out of this thing's grip. I am not letting it grab me.
yeah, it's like shonen protagonist. Believe in yourself kind of thing.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah, I'd take that. That's great. Devil's bargains.
Oh. Oh, right. Yeah.
Dan, do you have one off the top of your head?
I think the maybe the graze of this thing's claw on your flesh leaves you with a slightly more ruin.
Okay.
Or your I'm I'm gonna offer two. I'm gonna break the rules.
Yeah, sure.
So we've kind of established that it's got its grip on your shoulder.
Okay.
The two options, it's grabbed onto your breastplate, and so you can unstrap that, and that'll
Yeah.
get you away. But it's going to hold that as you run away. Or its touch is going to make that tar-blooded worse.
Ooh.
So you get to pick one of those three, or none of them if you don't want to.
I actually like the breastplate idea and for fiction. I mean, like, as playing Ria, it's like, oh my god. But in fiction, I feel like it's cool. It's like
Yeah, you like slash at the
yeah.
straps, and the thing clatters to the ground. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
All right, so no
I'm
matter
like,
what,
I'm like,
that's gone.
yeah, like the hands are like, oh, idiot, you missed, and then no, I didn't, and then bag, and then yeah.
And I think you are definitely risking your mind or body in this situation. So you're going to get at least one dark dice. So that is 3 dice.
How do I modify the dice as dark or light?
So the way that I've been doing it with this one is at the bottom, there's the option
Create
to add custom dice, and you can name them whatever you want. So I've been
a-
creating
Oh,
light dice and dark dice, and then it'll actually keep them separate.
okay, dark, and then light, and it. So I just type 2d6, and then it will understand that some of those are
No,
dark.
so you would type 2 under the light dice and 1 under the dark dice. So if you say
Okay. All right. So I have 2 dark dice, 2 light dice.
no, it's 2 light and 1 dark.
Okay. Oh gosh, I'm gonna roll it now. Okay, let's go.
Hey, that's a 5 on the light dice. So that's great. So that is success with a complication. So the 2 of you are going to get out. What is the complication going to be? The complication is going to be that this thing is going to keep chasing you, and so there is no rest.
So we have to be running.
Essentially,
Okay.
yeah. And so you can, if you don't want that to be the case, if you want to keep contain this thing to the room, you can re-roll by adding another dark dice and re-rolling all 4 of them and try and get that 6. Or you can keep the 5. That's up to you.
I think I'm keeping it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
get some.
So keep that.
Yeah.
All right. So you and Ria and Nima both kind of like duck around. You guys go. I'm on either side. I guess. Sorry, you get to narrate this. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm not following the rules of the game. You get to narrate what a success looks like.
Yeah, so I cut off the breastplate, the hand that's been a little bit too big and a little bit too heavy, a little smelly, weird. Um, Hisses as I cut it off. Um, we we do a roll and a duck. What am I describing? And then we run towards like the tunnel. We don't really see the tunnel, but we hear it, and that's why it's kind of like when you're like in a bass concert and you're bass concert, a concert, and you feel the bass. It's kind of like that. So you're gravitating towards like what thrums in your body louder. But the thing is the um that specific scent of that specter like doesn't leave us. But I don't see it. I'm not sure if maybe Nima sees it more, but there's this feeling of needing to run away from that ghosty boy.
Yeah.
And
So
yeah, and then we
the
I don't know if we pierce into like the light of the next room or yeah, I'm not sure.
so the tangible thing that you can actually see is that edge of this darkness, and so you get to a point where your torches light them like it
They like
ignite again.
themselves.
Yeah. And you're going and you can look behind you and there's this wall of inky darkness that is that is like progressing towards you, and it's that Nightmare on Elm Street, like hands pushing through the wallpaper, like trying to reach out of the dark at you guys. And so you have to, and this thing is still kind of, this inevitable darkness is coming after you guys.
Can we smash one of our torches into the shadow? I think that's a hunt roll. Yeah.
So you can stand and fight this thing, and that is combat. If you guys know from walking in and out of this darkness that if you stick the torch back in, it's gonna extinguish.
Oh right.
And then you pull it back out and it's gonna light back up again.
What are you vibing, Dad? Do you wanna just keep running or fight it?
I think I'm more than happy to help in a fight. I think you would be the lead on that.
Okay.
Do you have any idea what we want to call this creature?
Yeah, you guys did roll a thing against it, so you guys get to name it.
I am not like huh. Maybe it's the dead mage or something. Yeah. Maybe like maybe something about like the way it talks. I'm like, it's like sounds like one of those. I feel like I feel like just like people who specifically do not like doing something, I am well versed at the something. So the whole this thing definitely prays like this. Sounds like a dead mage, and then it perks up when I say it. And I feel like I use I feel like I use some of the grease that I'm claiming I have grease, and I'm claiming I have a torch. And then where's the torch? And then I feel like I'm gonna ask Nima to like is that possible, Sam? Like it's like some co-op thing where I'm like, okay, I'm gonna fight this thing with like magic torches, but I need Nima to enchant my torches.
No, that is perfectly reasonable. So
yeah. I feel like I just ask for Nima for some backup on the torch, and then I just swing into it. Yeah.
Yes, I will. I will imbue your torch with the divine light of the rat god.
Yeah, totally. So basically, I do a torch duel with this mage. Yeah, yeah.
All right, so we're going into combat.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so it is the two of you, and you're both. That is the co-op aspect here, is that both of you are being part of combat. To start this off, each one of you is going to roll a single light dice and tell us how you are vulnerable in this moment.
Okay. How am I vulnerable? I do not have my breastplate, and I don't I don't exactly have the most, like, this sounds like a mage, it's acting like a mage, and I'm not a mage, so I'm also vulnerable in a sense that I am not a magic user, or not super magic user.
Oh yeah, that's a great one. So you don't have a whole lot of defenses against magic. Okay. So what is the so roll a single light dice. And that's a 6. Okay.
All right, finally.
On the one that it really doesn't make that big of a difference. But Nima, how is Nima leaving himself vulnerable?
I think Nima is going into full trance and trying to imbue this torch with the sacred light of the rat god. And in so doing, his body is, I think catatonic. I think I'm using that word correctly. Is still and defenseless.
Oh, that's good. I like that. So now that we've established that, it sounds like Ria is kind of leading this fight. So Ria, why don't you roll 2 dark dice? Actually, Nima needs to roll his weak point first. So we have that on 5. Okay.
5. Great.
All right. Okay.
That's dangerous, but okay.
Mm-hmm.
So high numbers are both good and bad.
Uh-huh.
Oh shit. Okay.
So all right, Ria, roll us some dark dice as you stand against the darkness. It's like a good old WoW paladin type deal. So you got a 1 and a 5. So you did not beat the creature's endurance.
Okay.
But narrate. So explain how you stop this thing in its tracks as it is trying to get at you.
Yeah, I feel like I say like under my breath I say I challenge it to a duel. Like only a coward would not face a fight. And that's how I go. Like I whip out the torch and be like, Nima, go on. And then the moment that the magic of the sacred rat god like merges through the fire, I just swing at its head. And it's just taken by surprise because it's like, we were chasing this thing and then suddenly they're like doing the opposite. But
Yeah. So Nima, 1, how does the power of the rat god imbue this flame? And 2, how do you take ruin from this?
First, I think the flame smells awful. It is just terrible to us. Maybe it's sweet to Nima, but I think it's also off color. It's like gray and brown and olive green lights don't exist in real life. I know this from theater, but this torch exudes these sort of broken colors. And that's the sacred light of the rat god. And I think Nima's consciousness is very much in the torch, and as it swings through the darkness,
Oh, see.
that like it soaks into Nima's ego, Nima's consciousness.
Yeah, that's good. All right, Mark, increased your ruin by 1. Round 2. So
All
you
right.
get 1 more dice. So now you're rolling 3 dark dice, and you get to take the highest 2.
I still have 2 light dice. Or
So
one-
the your weak point stays the same throughout the whole thing. The only time that changes is if one of you leaves the fight, you give your weak point to the other person. So
Okay.
if Nima decided, nope, I don't want anything to do with this, now Ria is standing there with both a 5 and a 6 as weak points.
Okay.
But apart from that, those stay the same the whole time. So you're rolling 3 dark dice as the next round, essentially. So a 1, and a 4. So again, you didn't.
These ones, like, okay.
That is garbage luck. But on the bright side, no one took any more ruin. So again, you're at a stalemate. So I think this darkness is, instead of coming straight at you like it was, it's trying to go around and almost envelop you. How do you, both of you, keep it from doing that?
I feel like I whip out. So a while ago, I was dueling with 1 hand. Now I am dueling with 2 hands. I feel like I whip out the other torch and then like put it on the fire of my first torch, and then I do some like some spiral combat kind of thing.
Yeah. So like you do a big sweep and just kind of
do the turning around thing with the thing. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
That's good. Yeah. And how is Nima holding up mentally, having to imbue 2 torches now?
It's exhausting. It is very, it's like aerobics. And he is no good at aerobics.
Cardio. Yeah. Oh gosh.
You hear the crackle of the flame. Hurry it up. Come on.
Yeah, I say I'm trying. I'm also having cardio with the turning, but I feel like I'm having fun.
5 dice. No, 4 dice.
Whoa.
4 dice.
This feels
I can't count.
This feels like gambling. Okay. What do I pray? I pray for 6, right? Okay. No.
5 and a 4 is a 9, which does not hit this thing's endurance.
Okay. What is this
Nima
thing?
takes another. Nima takes another ruin.
I'm so sorry.
Oh, nice.
Is this where Nima backs out? Is this where
Oh.
Nima runs?
I kind of think it has to be. This is, yeah, he's right on the edge of it, that being it. Yeah, the last character was brave and happy to go. I think Nima is not that brave, is a little more cowardly.
So yeah, so what is your parting gift that gives this like burst of energy for the like that keeps this thing at bay for 1 more round?
Oh, I think in leaving, let me. I think in leaving the torches, I think Nima leaves something behind, something from his memory, something from his consciousness gets left back there, and it burns with a terrible bright light. It crackles and sparks in olive drab sparks, And I think he's forgotten something very important. But the fire is very hot and very bright.
That's really good. And yeah, so Nima's turning and running down the corridor, trying to get away from this thing.
Yeah.
Ria, your companion has left you.
I have an idea. What if the memory that Nima like left behind was like a time when they were also they had to commit great sacrifice and that they regretted it. So now instead of committing great sacrifice, they're like saving themselves. Because that's what, the person in the memory would love them, save yourself kind of thing. Yeah. But that's the memory you lost.
That's amazing.
Oh gosh. Sadness. Okay.
All right. 5 dice, and you've got 2 weak points.
Okay. Well, 5 dark dice, right?
5 dark dice.
Yeah, it just keeps going up. Okay. Oh, that's kind of, is that too high?
It's a 5 and a 4 are the two highest, so that's still a 9.
Oh, damn it. Damn it. Okay. I love it. I'm having like a duo with this.
Yeah,
like,
how so
dark mage.
it's just you at this point. I think it is definitely like encroaching on you. It's pushing you back down this hallway. How are you standing your ground against this thing and not just getting completely overwhelmed by this constant pressure of this wall of darkness that is pushing in on you?
I feel like I keep like splashing more grease from like my backpack just to like I'm trying to set fire on the floor, and sometimes it works. Like some parts of the floor does light up and does have like a weird brown, weird olive, but it doesn't last long because we're like evenly matched. And there's a part of me that's also like the shadow is trying to mimic what I look like, so that it's like this weird like I'm doing myself kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's fun. And this like orange, this brown is not reflecting very well off of the blue glittering walls, and so it's this weird, awkward color that doesn't work.
Yeah.
I love it.
It kind of makes me sick to my stomach, like
I love this image of you've got this oil jug in one hand that you're spraying on the floor, and the other hand is swiping at it with the torch, trying to light it on fire.
It's kind of like that James Bond movie with Daniel Craig when it was like midnight and it was like just fire like lighting up the whole scene. So it's kind of like that where it's just this weird colors of flames that's just illuminating the.
Yeah. I will point out that you guys have rolled 14 dice and have not rolled a single 6.
I know, right? I know, right? Okay. Okay.
So, do you run or do you keep going? Because you can keep going. Also, your ruin goes up by 1. So your ruin is at 3 now.
Okay.
Because you rolled a 5.
Okay. I actually want to go for one more.
One more? All right.
Yeah. I didn't put persistence is there, right? Yeah. So
yeah, persistence is there.
In character. In character, yes.
Oh boy. All right. 6 dice.
OMG. Okay. So God, please give me a 6 now. Yeah. Okay. Ooh, there's one. There's one of them.
So,
finally.
Good news. A 5 and a 6 is an 11, and that does beat its endurance. So you beat it.
Oh crap.
You rolled a 5, a 6, and a 5, which is 3 ruin, which puts you at 6.
Oh, okay. Oh, so do I die? Kind of.
So,
Kind of. Yes, I die.
yeah.
Fuck! Oh my god. Wow, that
How
was
do you take
Wow.
how do you take each other out?
damn. Oh my god, wait, this is kind of cool though, because so we're so perfectly evenly matched that we die at the moment that they die at the moment I die. Well, that's kind of cool. Wait, this is okay. I'm appreciating the moment. Wait.
Yeah, this is your moment. This is 100% you.
Um yeah, so uh hmm. Wait, just tell me if it's too much like GMing because I'm not sure if it's like encroaching on some duties. But I feel like I'm fighting like the ghost or the shadow takes up the shape of the memories that you tried to bury or something. So I'm thinking about how that ghost was tailored for me, or this dark mage was tailored for me. So maybe when I was in the cult of Darawan, I was a mage, and then this is the mage that's trying to reclaim me or trying to come back to me. The thing is, when it was trying to find me, or not really find me, but kill me in a sense. I also kind of rejected. I don't want to be a mage anymore, right? So like instead of possessing me, I'd rather die, and that's why I take the ruin. Like I'd rather like I know you want to give me back the cult thing, but I don't want to be in your cult. Oh no, I'd rather die, and then I die. and that's why it's like some big dark link vibes,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I like can I toss something in? Because I think that you've got this like cough that is imbued by this the lapis powder, right?
Yeah,
And so
correct.
while this thing is chasing you, every time you cough, this black smoke comes out of your mouth and brings with it, and that forms into these visions, and it's like pulling your memories out of you.
Yeah, and it but yeah, and they're memories that I don't want to remember, so I see them before it gets gobbled up. And I feel like in our last fight off, um like the glow becomes like this eerie, like how something's overexposed and then everything's like super white. So I feel like the moment that I stab at the true stamina of this dark mage, like we're both engulfed by this light, and then it's the light that is what you see in the end of the tunnel. So we thought that we amped up the fire, but no, you just died together. You just died together, um and then finally, like I feel like the shadow says thank you to me, and then says we can finally go in peace. And then she drops, but the thing is, as I'm seeing her drop, I'm also like my vision starts to filter, and then I realize I'm also dropping. Like I'm mirroring, like that we're both falling, and then when we hit the ground, silence, right? Because it was super like you could hear the howling from the other tunnel. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how he died. Yeah, I love it. I always wanted to die with a doppelganger.
That's great. Oh, that's so good. All right. And so as the camera falls, we cut to black, and we're going to take our break there.
Awesome. Okay.
So I will see you all in 8 minutes. Be back at 20 after. Sound good to you guys?
Yes.
Sounds good. I'll see you guys in a little bit.
I will make someone, right? In the break.
Yeah, if you want to make a new character, go for it.
Oh, wait, I can use the same one, or what do you mean?
That is entirely up to you. So I think making a new character is a great idea. So I'll clear out the first page, and you can grab the first page.
Okay. See you after the break.
Yep. Bye, everyone. Welcome back. After our untimely death, we have built up a new character for Maria. So let's start with Nima, who was running down this corridor, trying to get away from everything. And you see this flash of cascading blue light from behind you as there's this bright flash of white light that bounces off of all of the blue crystals on the wall and creates this kind of kaleidoscopic just array of lasers. It almost looks like a laser light show happening all around you, and you can see the light wave go by you almost. And the force is enough to kind of like cause you to stumble and fall as you look up and see that the tunnel that you're following ends fairly soon, and ends in a huge cavern, football field size cavern, that stretches high enough that it's almost impossible to see the ceiling. And you make your way to the edge of this tunnel that is actually like a good 20, 30 feet off the floor. And you can look down on the floor of this cavern to see a massive, almost looks like a sunburst of carved channels in the floor, all originating at this kind of central dome set in the middle of this room. And then there are these channels that go out from it in this kind of explosion pattern and head to the edges of this massive, massive place. Mechanically, there are a couple of things that we need to wrap up. This is the scriptorium. This is a new set. So there is a new set goal, and the goal of this set is to learn the secret of true purpura. And so at any point, you can spend 3 hunt tokens and learn the thing that you came here to find out. The question I have for Dan, well, Nima and Dan, do you go back after the flash, or do you cut your losses and move on?
I think Nima might double back. I think when that sort of shockwave hits him, he stumbles and he drops his torch, and he turns back and he's in darkness, and he realizes I don't really need the torch anymore. I can smell my way. I can sniff. And I think he goes back to see if that acrid smell of that of the dark wizard is still so prominent, and if there's still danger on the way.
Yeah, so you turn around sniffing, and it's almost that scent that you get after a bonfire has been out for a few hours, where something was here, but it's almost like drifted out on the wind, and it's become diluted to the point where you're not even sure that it's there anymore. But something like the memory of it is still hanging in the air. And you tiptoe around the kind of the corners and edges of this hallway, and you see a figure lying on the ground, and you see a second figure standing over it.
What does the second figure look like? Or hang on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. What does the second figure look like?
So I would like Maria to give us one reason that Nima should be terrified of this new character. And Nima can give us one reason why you still recognize that there's some humanity left. For Dan's sake, this is Vero standing over Ria's body.
Yeah. I also want to pitch that Vero recognizes Nima in the bonfire thing. Like, oh, they didn't finish you. I kind of want to start with that. Like, oh, they didn't. Like, I saw them do, like, because we found you in the bonfire too, right? So it's like I remember you, but you don't remember me because you were in the thing, kind of thing. But yeah. But I feel like I'm really creepy because I look like a pale man. I feel like I'm freakishly tall in world. But then again, my concept of tall being in the Philippines might be short. So, so I mean, I guess to my brain, it's like 7 feet or something. He's wavy.
Yeah, so you look even taller because you're so thin and gangly that all of your limbs look extended and
Yeah,
kind of
exactly.
awkward.
And I look hungry. But there's this part of
Yeah, so Dan, why do you still trust this figure even though it looks very similar to the Pale Men?
I think there is a smell about this figure it's very faint, but it is the smell of the city, the town nearby from which Nima hails, and I think maybe also from where Vero hails, or maybe the last place that he had been. But yeah, there is still the stink of human civilization on this creature.
That's good. I like that. So you can almost smell that this thing hasn't fully given in. So Vero is picking up this abandoned breastplate and like kind of fitting it on, trying to put it back into, like, see, it's small. It's too small for you and too big at the same time because you don't fill it out, but it's also short.
it's almost like a shoulder blade.
I love it. So quick mechanical thing. You get to add stuff to the bestiary entry for the dead mage.
Yeah. Awesome.
So you guys can add the fact that holy fire is a weakness of this thing. You also get to roll 11 gold dice.
Where do we put the gold dice?
So they're just d6s. So
Okay.
you can just roll 11 d6s.
Me or Dan?
I figured Nima is the one who's
Okay.
was actually part of the combat and kind of should reap the spoils, but that is entirely up to you. You can split them however you want.
You want to split it up? I can do 6, you can do 5, or you can do 6, I can do 5.
Or you can just roll all 11 and split whatever gold comes out the end.
Oh yeah, all right. Well, I know. I mean, it's fun rolling dice, so I'm making that offer. And okay, no extra dice sneaking in. All right.
That is no
Still
sixes.
no 6s.
They don't
Not a
like us.
one.
They don't like us. this place, they want to get rid of us.
That is no sixes. You guys get nothing.
Oh gosh! Except the story and the journey. Oh, dear.
You get a story and a dead companion.
Yep. Oops.
Oh gosh. And a little bit of memory loss. Damn
Oh
it.
God. This dice. I need to yell at John. This dice roller is not not like you guys. Oh my God.
I've seen them happen. Sixes can happen.
Yeah,
It's
you
just-
rolled one. So yeah, that is 2, 5, 9, 14, 20, 31 dice, and you've rolled 1 6.
Awesome. This is God smiting me for my scum and villainy run where we rolled all 6s and 5s.
Nice.
Okay? So it's like, okay, God's like, okay, let's give you a game where you don't get anything.
That's great. Oh boy. So, how does Vero introduce himself?
Oh, okay. So I feel like Vero's like, oh, so this is why I picked the same items too. Like I still have the hourglass and the numbing herbs and the singlet because I feel like I grabbed everything from the lifeless body. And then I feel like I'm looking at Nima and going like, oh, they didn't finish you, something like that. And then I open up my hands. I'm not touching her. I don't do things like that. I haven't. And then I feel like I go back to being very fascinated with the things that I found. Like throwing at it with my switchblade. Like, we don't have much stuff here. You know how this island just eats everything and then.
Yes.
This is the first time you've heard one of them talk, so.
Yes.
Yeah, and then I feel like I have a city accent. Like jarring.
It does. It takes everything. The island takes everything from you. It takes everything.
Yeah.
I feel like I should put up some sort of a fuss about you taking that armor and those items, but I find myself at a loss. You're not going to try and put me on a fire, are you? I think some people who looked. People's a strange word. Anyway, I think I was nearly roasted earlier today. I prefer sautéed or like slow braised, but they insisted on tying me up over a fire. So please don't do that. If you must, some pan treatment would be ideal, preferably with oil.
I feel like I just laugh at that. I feel like I'm super like the uncanny joke from nowhere. Like just you know how like it's like super grim, but the characters are laughing amongst themselves like some like miserable laugh like they died. They died and it's like this helpless laughter. So I feel like Vero breaks into one of those kinds of laughs and is like, okay, now I have an idea why they didn't finish you. There's too much light shit on you. And then they go like, I keep hearing, I heard that the white, you know, those white, other taller white people, they keep murmuring about purpura, or not really murmur, they don't really have mouths, but you know how they kind of just howl in your brain. So I'm trying to find, and then I glance around and say a way out, but also about this purpura thing. And then I finish bagging like the Ria's backpack into like my poor knapsack.
You said purpura. Do you know the source? Do you know the secret? How do you know about it? The other men told you about the other things told you about purpura. What else did they tell you?
I feel like it's been an old ritual that they can't gather enough energy for, and that they might now have enough energy for. I'm not sure. Either way, I've been stuck here for too long, and I'm really happy to meet you, in a sense. And then he breaks into like this uncanny smile on his like creepy body.
My feelings about meeting you have yet to be determined.
Again, he's like, "You're funny." He's like, I mean, and then he wants to tap your shoulder but doesn't. He's like, "Okay, I'm gonna respect this person's private space," and then walks to the big domey room. Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, so the two of you head out and are again standing on the lip of this kind of short drop into a massive, massive cavern. If you spend any amount of time kind of looking out over the goings on, you can see that the channels are full of some kind of liquid, seems to be moving, and they are interspaced periodically with these large basins that are cut into the ground. And there are figures moving back and forth across the entire place. Who is interested in doing a thing?
Does it smell like anything? Just for the rat smelling consistency.
Yeah, so there's a couple of competing smells going on right now. There's a like a iron metallic smell, and this that is mixed with this kind of burning, smoky scent that is all wafting from what feels like the far end of this massive cavern. And then closer to home, there's an alcoholic, almost like cleaning solution type smell that kind of stings your nose and feels like your nose hairs are getting like burned away by acid. It's not a pleasant smell.
What are you thinking, Ben?
I think the obvious step is to try and find our way down this cliff.
Yeah. So are you trying to I guess the question, what is the goal here? Are you trying to do it in a not getting hurt way, or are you trying to do it in a not getting detected way?
Sneaky.
Yeah, I think long run not getting detected is in our best interest.
Reasonable. Okay. So this is a risk roll. You just said what you think was going to happen. Maria, what could go wrong here?
Oh, damn it. Maybe one of the rocks dislodges from the cliff, and then instead of us dropping, it's the rock that just like drops to the floor, and it hits really loud onto the pavement. And for some reason, it hits something hard, so it's like metallic ring, and brings the attention of not all of them, but a good number of them.
I think the failure state here is you find a nice little crack and your rat brain takes over, and you have to go hide in the hole instead of moving on. And so Vero has to like convince you out.
That's so cute.
Do you have a skill or a piece of equipment that you're using to help you?
I'm going to pitch the idea that this reminds Nima of a large layer of some collective animal, and that this is like the entrance to this layer, or one of the back escapes, maybe.
Oh, that's good. I like that. Yeah. So you're using you not only are you leaning into the animal thing, you're using it to kind of understand the layout and structure of this thing. I like that.
Yeah.
And that definitely fits. So yeah, take that dice. Devil's Bargains. Devil's Bargain. Your do you have one, Maria?
I feel like what's the equipment on Nima?
Great question. Let me take a look. Nima has a couple of rats in a cage, a flute, and a half-full pot of honey, as well as a staff with a sinister spike, and he's covered in layers of filthy fabric.
I've got one. No matter what, you do find that crevice that I was talking about earlier, and your two rats do go into there and don't come out. So no matter what, the rats are like fighting, building a little warren in the corner of this thing. So you're gonna lose them.
Yeah, a part of me is like the layers of filthy fabric will snag on one of the rocks. Like, so no matter what, like part of your armor is gonna slaw off.
Do you want to take either one of those?
I think I'm into the rats. I think
Okay.
yeah, I think that's fun.
Keeping your armor is probably a good idea after what just happened.
Great. So that is 3.
Yep. And then no, so that's 2.
2. Okay.
So you don't. It's a risk roll, so you don't get the base one.
Gotcha.
And are you risking your mind or body?
I think yes. I think he's risking his body for sure. Yeah.
Okay.
2 light dice and 1 dark die. Oh, no, 1. Yeah. Let's see what we got. Oh no.
Yay!
You want to use that armor.
Oh yeah.
So for everyone listening at home, that is a 6 on the dark dice.
I love it. Yeah, that armor. I guess the layers of filthy fabric do catch on the on
the
sharp
rocks.
rock.
Anyway,
And,
yeah.
yeah, slough off the sort of exterior hardened part, and no more armor.
Oh boy. Yeah, so that armor gets checked. Boy. Okay. So yeah, you succeed though.
Right.
Describe to us how you navigate down this cliff and get Vero follow you down.
I think there, let's see here. I think there are periodic, like almost landings that are just large enough for one of us at a time to stand on, and not too vertically far apart, that it's like a difficult climb down. Um, and so Nima leads the way, maybe catching glints of blue light off of these shelves that he before he leaps from one, not leaps, before he sort of clambers from one to the other. As his as his filthy fabric gets snagged on a rock, it also catches on the latch of this rat cage, and two remaining rats, Caroline and Marcus, just scamper off into a. They were a breeding pair. Soon the rat god will have more emissaries in this place, and they scramble off. But the cage doesn't fall, making a terrible clatter. And weary of the climb, we make it to the ground floor.
Yeah. So from where you are, you can see that there are two of these channels that kind of create this almost like pie slice in front of you, where on either side you have this kind of rushing river of very clearly ink at this point. And ahead of you, heading toward the center of this room where this large domed structure kind of dominates the landscape, you can see figures moving back and forth in front of kind of along these channels doing something.
Yeah. I feel like when I say spirits, is that up to me to interpret the spirits I have in my technical?
Oh, for your skill, yeah. But how are you how do you think you're using that right now?
Yeah, because I feel like a part of me, I want to lean into the, oh, my skin is pale, and I want words to like appear on my skin as I try to read or like sense with the ink water, like what were the words that were formed before it became a word. Like it was stolen from books, and then now I'm trying to read it. So I feel like I'm trying to um, summon the spirit of like old knowledge, like the air of like old libraries, you know. Like they help me read this
I
water.
love that image of just like you're staring into this pool and the ink that is in your skin is like changing and forming these like tattoo looking runes that go up and down your arms and along your face.
Yeah, so instead of like reading it with my eyes, I'm like, okay, it's on my skin now. Now I'm gonna read it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a great hunt roll. So
yeah.
yeah, roll me 2 dice because spirits definitely counts for this. Yeah,
2 dice. And okay, just normal ones, right?
two light dice officially, but yes, normal d6s work fine. That's a 2.
Wow, I'm really not, you know. Oh,
Oh
I'm like
boy.
character. Let's see. Let's find out.
Yeah. So how are you? So I think first off, staring into the ink is going to do exactly what you said. So these runes start to kind of go up and down your arm, and you're given this kind of insight, this flash of ground, like almost ink poured on ground up bones and the like burning paper and this like the smell of like a chemist's lab almost, that like acrid burning smell gets stronger and stronger in your head. How does this ink push the little bit of you that is still human back down a little bit?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I feel like instead of tapping into spirits, that I feel like I was a academic before, like an academic hedge witch, like a nerdy little potato, before I became experimented as a white man. And I feel like the gods that I were the spirits I was trying to tap into were like the nice ancient ones, but I feel like I tapped into the ones that, yeah, they're still nice, but they read me as a far more gone. Like they think I'm a hopeless cause.
They
So,
think you're a puppet.
yeah. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, yeah. So I feel like they drown my own voices out. Like they drown my inner voice out. Like with their own, like, this is what is befitting of the most blah blah blah, of the most cruel of creatures. Like it's like all the good guys' curses on the bad guys, except it's thrown at me kind of thing. So it's like rolling in my head.
Yeah, that's good. How does Nima bring you out of that?
Oh.
Either Nima can answer or Maria if you have an idea.
I was thinking that maybe I feel like Nima just needs to talk like a normal person, because I feel like I've been having just all this spell talking in my head, that the moment that they say something that's just stupidly ordinary, like it's enough to disrupt at least the cacophony.
I think maybe Nima sees one of these distant figures kind of moving in our general direction, and very tentatively grasps Vero by the elbow. Don't spend too much time looking into the ink. It's dangerous. You never know what you'll see in there or what will see you. And pulls Vero off into a different direction out of the path of this figure.
And I snap up, and then I am a mess of limbs and like heaving breath, trying to ground myself into this reality. And I'm like, yeah. And I just breathe the whole time until I can go back to, yeah, I have a body like that. Yeah.
Oh, that's good. So where are you guys going next? So Nima, you said you're pulling Vera away from the edge of this kind of canal. Is the plan to move forward? There, you can see kind of up ahead, there are small bridges that kind of cross over the canal. So if you wanted to, you could get kind of around to the backside of this room if you wanted to. There are also these big basins that kind of dot the edges of the canals every 100 feet or so.
I'm kind of interested in checking out one of these basins. I think maybe, so bottles on this list of equipment, and I think Vera might see if he can fill a bottle full of whatever is in that basin for future testing.
Yeah. So, this is going to be a hunt roll. What do you want to use as that second dice? Do you have a skill? Do you have a piece of equipment that you want to use?
Yeah, he's got some lead bottles.
Oh, I see. Yeah. Okay. Perfect. Yeah. So let's roll 2 dice.
Okay.
There's a 6.
Ooh, very nice.
So we got a 6 finally. Take your token. And nothing bad happens. So yeah, you get up to the edge of this pool. And it's almost like the channel is coming down, and then the basin is almost tangent to the canal, and so the liquid ink from the channel is almost like swirling off into the pool, and there's this little whirlpool of swirling red. Again, this is almost like half congealed jello that is kind of like flopping around in this canal that's moving through. Yeah, and if you want to, you can scoop some of it up and take a closer look at it. But in the pool itself, you get the you can see that there are remnants on the edge of the pool, and you kind of like scrape a little bit off of it, and you look down and you smell it. It smells like bone, smells like gold, smells like silver, smells like iron and blood.
Okay. Did we notice the color of any of the other canals?
Yeah, so I'm the one that Vera was looking in kind of across this corner was the this like brackish brown,
Oh, right.
like kind of roiling sludge almost color. But the other canals are a little far away to see what color they are from where you are. So as you're staring down at this pool, you can kind of look and see that there are a couple of these figures that look like they're moving toward where you guys are. 2 of them are, they're all hunched and kind of moving like these pale men have moved. So it's pretty safe to assume that's what these things are. But the two of them are holding these, almost look like tree stumps, like chunks cut out of the middle of a tree. There are these massive pillars. And then the third one is holding a bag of, it looks like a sack of flour, kind of draped over its shoulder.
Are they walking towards anywhere?
They are walking towards the 2 of you.
Oh. Okay.
I think we'd better leave. I think I've gathered all the stuff I can from this basin.
Sure. Where do you want to go?
There is maybe a bridge nearby, a bridge in the opposite direction from these 3 oncoming figures.
Mm-hmm.
Let's hurry to the bridge. Make it across the ink.
All right. So I think this is going to be a risk roll, trying to get away from these folks. So it sounds like the thing you're trying to do is get away from them. The failure condition here I like the failure condition that the bridge gives out,
Oh.
and you take a dunk. Maria, do you have a failure condition?
I feel like the moment that we just like glance over, they're faster than we think, basically. So one of them is like creepily near already. But maybe it's just an illusion, we're not sure.
They catch up to you and you have to fight them again.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay. So that is on the table. It was not me that offered that. Pointing that out. So skills or equipment or terrain. It sounds like the bridge is a bit of the environment that you're using to help you here, so that would count.
Sweet.
The Devil's Bargains. Devil's Bargain. Your skull friend is very talkative now that you're in this cavern. So he's going to start interrupting, not when you're, because I think the last Devil's Bargain was he interrupts you doing rituals. And so now he's just going to start chiming in whenever he wants to. Maria, do you have a Devil's Bargain you want to offer?
Oh god, that one's so good though. Yeah. Ooh. I feel like one of wow, I am having a hard time thinking of one.
That's okay. If Dan just wants to take the one that I offered, then you don't have to offer one, I guess.
I
Okay.
am kind of into that. I really like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Also, did we give him a name? Him,
I think
it,
so.
her, they?
VSX, right? I'm vibing something like captain or chief.
Just call him Chief. I love it.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm good with Chief. So yeah, why don't you roll 2 light dice?
Okay.
There's a 5. So you can take that, or you can add a dark dice to re-roll. The complication here, complications here. You're going to get away, but you left footprints, or you left some like some scrap of material near the edge of this pool, and they're going to find it and know that someone is here. And so you might have to deal with more mobilization in a little bit.
Yeah, we're getting close to the end of this. Let's add a dark die. We will. Yeah, I think maybe.
Okay.
Maybe we are risking mind and body.
What happened? Wait, where?
Oh my God.
That is the most comically bad roll that is possible.
Oh my God.
That is.
Oh, 2 1s on the light dice and a 6 on the dark dice.
Wow, I love it. We're like min-maxing or something.
Oh my God. So Nima,
Huh.
you get to both narrate how you managed to get away from these guys and how you get turned, because I don't think you have any armor left and you're at 5 ruin.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh my god, this is so cool. Oh, damn it. Wow. Dan's trying to compete with me the number of deaths.
Yeah. I guess Nima in sort of trying to bring Vero along to the bridge, like hurry Vero along, starts to gets Vero to the bridge, but then starts to the rat instincts start to kick in, and Nima maybe does see an appropriately sized crevice in the nearby stone wall, but instead of just going to hide, the rat fully takes over. It is, I think, fur sprouts, the body transforms, and the mind is fully lost, down to just, you know, our spinal cord mind, and yeah, I guess maybe the scuttling rat draws off these approaching figures, and draws their attention to this crevice in the wall, as it slits away its wormy tail, just out of their reach.
Oh my god. Yeah. So you managed to, I think I love the idea of like that you did leave something there anyway, but the fact that they're like, oh, it's just this big rat, it's fine. They like
fine.
they don't actually mobilize or anything. So, oh my gosh.
The stuff that falls into the ground, like I grabbed the flute, the honey, the bottles. Oh, I'm like more shit, but at the same time, what the fuck?
I mean, you've got to have seen some weird stuff, I guess. But okay. I guess that's as good a place as any to take a break. Dan, if you want to, I guess I honestly don't know where to go from here.
I don't know how to work in.
I've exhausted most of my brain power of trying to figure out how to worm in new characters.
I have an idea. Can Dan be a ghost? like he's like a rat ghost, and he could still be like maybe a sibling of Nima, like Nemo, or
Finding Nemo, yes. We'll talk about it off recording, but yeah. So I will see everybody back in 10 minutes or so.
Awesome.
All right, welcome back, everyone. So we decided, rather bizarrely, that both Maria and Dan are going to pilot Vero at the same time, as kind of Jekyll and hiding, Maria as the human instincts, and Dan is the forest instincts. So we'll see how that goes, but this should be exciting. So Dan, since you rolled the 6, you get to continue kind of narrating how Vero gets out of this situation, and also kind of how far they get, because realistically you are at the point where if you wanted to, the goal here is very clearly get to that big structure in the middle. So is there anything you want, I guess the question then is there anything you wanted to continue looking through out here, or did you want to just move on and get to the kind of the middle of this place?
Oh, let's see. I think maybe there is. I'm trying to find a fancy way of saying move on and get to the middle of the place. I think there is. It just seems like every Pharaoh makes it across the bridge, and then there's maybe a few more of those figures kind of a little too close for comfort, and so Vero sort of finds a way to another bridge, and in a sort of inward moving spiral keeps moving closer and closer to this central dome, until finally there's no place to go but there.
Yeah, I think, yeah, Vero, you look enough like these pale men that they probably don't give you a second look. They might give you a single second look because you are wearing this big metal breastplate, which is a little weird, but in the grand scheme of things, that's not the most out of place thing here. And so eventually you do make it to this kind of large central room, where there's a single opening. There's not even a door. It's just this big archway cut into the middle of this stone dome that you're able to look inside. And in this building, you can see a couple of things. The room inside is this dome made entirely of bookshelves. So the inner wall of this dome, even up to the ceiling where it is now vertical and the books should be falling out, but they're not, is bookshelves. And scattered in kind of in between where there seem to be missing shelves, that instead of a shelf there is this brilliant silver and gold mosaic of depicting printing presses and people writing on desks, and this fantastic like peacock quill, and other writing implements and writing based imagery kind of scattered in this kind of ring around the top of this room. And in the center of this large dome is a second smaller dome.
Whoa.
The outer one being probably the size of a small house, and the inner one being the size of like a truck or like a large car. And all of those channels that were kind of spreading out from this room all come in and run into that smaller dome. The room itself seems to be empty and dark, and there is no obvious way to get into that smaller dome.
I feel like, if it's okay, I feel like Vera takes one of the empty bottles that he plucked from Nima. And I want him to, I want to be dramatic. I want him to cry. I feel like he's had someone made him laugh like just 2 moments ago, saved them from like this collapse of his own brain, and then they just wither, and then now he just has his stuff again, and then so I kind of want to see him crying into the bottle and then using those tears to like summon a spirit. Like he blows on the he blows on the bottle, like makes the the hollow sound on the bottle, and I feel like he alternates it with the lead bottle with the blood, with the coagulated blood, and I feel like he's trying to play like a morning song. Just maybe to evoke something from the books. Like he feels like, yo, all of these books and words had a heart. Maybe if I reveal my heart, they'd listen to me, kind of thing. You know, this is an emotional guy. I'm leaning into a very human because he's got an evil part of him. So okay.
I love it. So, yeah, I think this is a hunt roll because you're trying to like pull something out of these books and evoke something here, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah, so you've got some equipment that you're using. So yeah, you get 2 dice.
Okay, 2 light dice.
2 light dice.
Okay. Okay. Whatever, gods. Okay.
That is a 2.
Yeah, it is. Wait, I need to rename myself. But yeah. Oh, damn it. That's enough.
I'm a little bit confused because it does say a D2.
Oh. Oh yeah. Sorry. Yeah. Wait.
Have you been rolling 2-sided dice this whole time and that's why we've been doing so badly?
Oh my god. Wait, I'd be so pissed if that's true. Wait, let me check. Is there a way to check my number of light dice? Like, no, I'm pretty sure I did D6, but I think I clicked a D2 on the.
Oh, okay.
Let me just read.
So the light dice are correct?
Yes.
If you roll like 10 light dice, maybe we'll use up all the 6s, who knows?
Okay. Yeah, there we go. Is that still me? Wait.
Still you. You rolled 2 1s, so I feel like something's weird here.
I'm gonna check.
Yeah, just roll like 10 of them.
Wait. I'm gonna remake another light dice and make sure like it's the correct one. Okay. Oh. Is that new? Wow,
That's new, and you got 2 more 1s.
Wow, it's like okay. Okay? Do I roll more just to check? Because that one is for sure. Like I for sure.
Let me just check the room. Okay, yeah, there's a lot of stuff.
Yeah. No, that was just fate telling me to have ones.
Okay. You are just the most unlucky person. All right, going back to the narrative and not dealing with crazy dice seeds.
We have established for the for the recording, we have established that the room works.
Yep. So you do this and you create this single note that kind of pings and echoes inside this small room, and it shouldn't be echoing in a room full of books, but it is, and it's like bouncing off of the books and echoing back to you. And when it echoes back to you, there are whispers inside of it from the books. I want to ask Dan, what did the books say that is so tempting that you want to open them and read what's inside?
I think the books promise power greater than you can imagine. Your paltry rituals, your lightning bolt, your these are nothing in comparison to what the books offer. And you can open one and you can learn all of the proper wizardry, not just hedge witch nonsense that your heart desires.
Yeah, I'll never be a half thing anymore. That sounds cool.
So what does Vero do?
What are you thinking, Dan?
I have an impulse to open one of these books and tear out a page and eat it. It seems like it would be like toast with butter, man. But that is what's
yeah,
that?
because we did establish in the start that Vero was like really like not just pale but gaunt looking.
Oh yeah, Vera's hungry.
I'm good with that. Yes.
Okay.
I love this. Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe like maybe part of it is because he wants to learn like a magic that's more meaty, more earthy, more consumption based, you know, like he's lived in his head for too long. So like the forest part of him wants him to lean into more creature like forms of magic because it's, to his opinion, more stronger.
Yeah, I think, is this a risk roll? Is this a hunt roll? I don't even know what this is. I think the goal here is to learn something or achieve something, right? So I think this is a hunt roll. The goal is not to like avoid danger.
Yes.
So I think this is a hunt roll. Do you have a skill or a piece of equipment that you think is going to help you in your quest to eat all the books? Or some way that you're resisting the call while you're doing this?
Maybe he puts honey on the books. I don't know.
Make them tasty.
Does that help? I don't know.
I mean, you've got a couple of skills there that I think would work. Like any of them, really.
Understanding. Because you're trying to read the books.
Yeah,
Wow.
so you not only do you understand what's in the books, you understand why, and you kind of recognize this voices game before it happens. Yeah, so roll me 2 light dice and let's see if we can get something that's not a 1.
Dun dun dun. I'm gonna not look at it so that
Are you rolling?
I thought Dan was rolling.
No. Do you want to be in control of the?
We were all waiting
on
on bated breath for the other people to roll.
Yeah.
Dan, why don't you just go for it?
Okay. All right. 2. Yeah.
2 light dice.
Creature part of me is rolling.
Okay.
There's a 4. So you do get a token. And then you also encounter something terrible, which I think is going to be that this is addictive.
Oh, damn. Okay.
You like it's not the pages, it's the ink on the pages. You want to keep eating this.
Damn.
And like the books are screaming in your head, no, stop, what are you doing? Leave us alone. And there's a second voice that's just feed.
I love this. It's totally relatable. It's like, you shouldn't be eating this. Oh no.
Yeah. Do you give in, or are you gonna try and resist it? I will tell you, giving in is not going to end well.
Oh. Damn. I eat a bunch of numbing herbs so that I can't taste jack shit.
Ah, okay. I like that.
And then
It's like Novocaine. Yeah. So yeah, that's going to be a risk roll, I think. So, but what do you want to achieve out of this?
I feel like, can I add on top of it so I not only stop something but I also try to achieve something? Is that okay?
What do you want to achieve out of this?
So I do the numbing herbs, and I want to gain the tongue of the books so that I could maybe like it as words is too powerful. So maybe if we battle through speech or something, like if we talk, maybe like if we talk out loud, maybe it's not as anxiety inducing. Like instead of screaming in my head, why don't we just talk out loud? You spirit library thing.
Okay, so you're gonna like let the voices out of your mouth, and hopefully they won't be bouncing around in your head, type deal.
Yeah, tongues of flames, just
I
and
love
then
it.
something on my tongue.
All right. So what could go wrong here, Dan? I'm gonna offer, if you eat these numbing herbs, they make your brain go numb.
Ooh.
And you're going to end here in almost like a comatose standing state, locked in this position with all these voices rattling around in your head, and you go insane.
Yeah.
I think similar for me. I think maybe the numbing herbs are like a almost like a Szechuan pepper. It is very spicy, and maybe the only nearby thing to quench that heat is the streams of ink flowing into or out of the small dome.
Tears in my bottle, but okay.
Or the tears in your bottle. It's my offer is it's the numbing herbs are really, really spicy.
Yeah, like I unfortunately don't have milk, but yeah.
Oh no. So yeah, so you have a piece of equipment that you're using to help you, which is these herbs. Devil's bargains. Devil's bargain I'm gonna offer here. You messing with the books is going to cause the the pale men to come and try and figure out what's going on, because they are connected to the books. Dan?
Yeah, I think no matter what happens, the books that we have pulled out were support books and start to cause the other books to fall and the dome to crumble around us.
Ooh, crap.
Slowly.
Great. No, Maybe I don't take any of the devil's findings.
Yeah, you can not take either one of them. And I think you are risking your mind or body in this situation. So you get 1 light dice and 1 dark dice.
I'm also using improvisation, but okay, so 1 dark dice.
1 dark, 1 light.
Oh God. Okay. I'm okay. Oh, okay. Finally, not so horrible.
Okay, it's a 4 and a 3. So complication here. Complication is going to be that the numbing herbs are kind of almost like a sedative almost. And so it is going to be hard to think. It's going to be hard to move forward, and you're going to get a condition.
Okay, so I'm like slower.
Yeah. You can, since the dark dice was not the highest, you can add a dark dice and re-roll all of them.
Sure. Okay. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. I won't regret that.
You get 1 light dice and 2 dark dice.
Okay, come on, give me something good.
That's a 3 and a 1 and the 3 on the dark dice is the highest one, so you can't re-roll.
Yeah.
So that's a failure.
Yeah. Oh damn it! Sam's like looking at me like.
We are right at the end, so I think this has narrowed us to the finale. Like, how do we end this? What is the last we see of Vero?
Oh damn it! Is there a canon purpura thing? Because I kind of want like to tie in like Vero doesn't find out, but at least the audience finds out.
Yeah, we can kind of. I'm happy to walk through the rest of the incursion with you guys after the end of this, because it is pretty good.
Okay. Damn it. Okay, so I'm gonna rate how Vera fucks himself up. Damn it! Let me guess it. Oh, okay. I love it. I love it when I randomly draw cards when I'm stuck, and I love it. So like they bite their own tongue. And it slices off cleanly, oddly too cleanly, and then the books are yummy, but they're also mad. They're also like all good things that are like that have a full body, are like all the spectrum of what is up. And I feel like the scholar inside of Vero is so entranced that he doesn't even realize that he's trapped in that cascade of like speaking to these things. And he doesn't notice that he never leaves. He's always in that half trance.
Yeah, he's in this half trance. He's just repeatedly saying the things that were in the book. He's
like a cursed librarian. You know? Like the future
I love it.
incursion will meet Vero as like this very dualistic librarian who loves his books.
Can I add that when he bites his tongue off, he bleeds ink? And so as he's talking, it's just this bubbling, gurgling ink dripping down his face and onto his clothes and onto the breastplate that he stole and onto all the books that are on the ground. And he's just constantly talking and bubbling and gushing ink out of his face.
So he's like the only, and ironically, he's like the only pale man that can actually talk, but he didn't talk himself.
That's good.
Up to other like psychic witches who can
Yeah.
tap into, do a science with him. And for some reason, he has too much stuff compared to the other thing. Like he has this odd breastplate, but he's still like on one of the shelves until someone finds it.
Excellent. So I think that is going to wrap it up for us. Thank you, everyone who's watching. Are you guys good to stick around for some stars and wishes after we turn off the recording? Awesome. So thank you, everyone who's watching this on YouTube. This has been a session of the Gauntlet Hangouts. You can go check out the Gauntlet at gauntlet-rpg.com. They've got lots of cool stuff, including Codex Magazine and forums and the Hangouts, where you might be able to jump in games like this one. And hopefully I will get to play with you soon. But until then, I will see you around. Bye, everyone.
Yeah.